everyone. I hope that you're having a great week. This week, Michaela and I decided to have a theme talking about goals. And I know that usually people start talking about goals at the end of the year to go along with New Year's resolutions and that sort of thing. But we have a theory that it's more ideal to do our goals now. So last week was a new moon, and so Michaela and I did our new moon ritual, which involved a lot of talking about abundance and those sort of things. There she is. So anyway, after we did our new moon practice, we decided to go ahead and work on our goals for the coming year. So our goals actually included, the end of this year going into next year. But in order to make our goals for next year, we need to start now, because otherwise, if you set goals on December 31st for next year, how do you kind of prepare both mentally, physically, financially, all those things, the logistics of actually making sure they get accomplished. So I've had the practice of goal setting for probably the past 5 years. I've really gone in and I do my goals, and I actually have them right here. Sorry, I keep getting messages. I have my goals right here, but I usually just do a outline format. But we're actually working on making a goal worksheet that you can fill out yourself, and we'll be putting that up here on Thursday. So we just wanted to kind of do a little intro to talking about goals today. But so I've been doing that practice for about 5 years, and it's really good. And I've found though that I needed some tweaking. So going into this year, working with Michaela, doing a little bit more tweaking, that way we can make sure that the goals are actually attained. Because I went through my goals from last year, and I had, maybe 50% of the stuff got accomplished. And I do know that my goals were quite lofty considering the transitional year that I had.
Right.
But so I'm happy with what I did, but I want to set myself up, or us up, for success with the coming year.
Right.
So sorry, I'm talking a lot.
No, it's just an exciting topic. Maya and I have set a date. It was earlier this week for an hour and a half. We sat down. I went to a cafe shop, and we literally wrote down all of our big goals, and we broke it down. It does take some time. There you go. Yeah,
it's very thorough.
Right. So it's very thorough. We have broke everything down, and we have gave ourselves a deadline for everything. Now, this is our process for our business. We are creating one for a personal, a more personalized stuff that we want to accomplish for ourselves. For example, Maya wants to get a certification for yoga, things like that don't need to be within our business stuff. So there's different tools and ways to create your goals, and they are so important, like Maya said, to do it months ahead of time. And I just found energetically for it to be a really good place where you're not anxious about, oh my gosh, shit, I need to create some goals now because it's January.
Right. Or you're or even creating goals during the holiday hustle,
right,
is so crazy, because all of a sudden you're holy shit, the year pardon my French, but my year is over, and what have I done? I'm drowning from the holidays, and then you're scrambling, and then maybe making goals that aren't necessarily what really goes with your vibe.
You're also giving yourself a longer runway. So for example, we working with what we're doing is we give ourselves at least 2 months to reach what we want to do. So we have fun with it. We don't have that nervous energy, oh my gosh, we need to get it done. And also we're also flexible if it's a day over, or if it's a day less. We were planning to hire a virtual assistant in next February. We said, okay, we're definitely going to need one. Well, it so came where we actually have one now. And
right, someone just like walked into our lives.
so,
Yeah.
but because we made that plan and we wrote it down, we got clear, the thing
Right.
you have to get really, 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 really clear. It's not just,
Right.
oh, I want to lose weight. Well, how much weight do you want to lose? By when do you want to lose it? And then you break it down for each week, and then you give yourself tasks what you need to do for that week. So
exactly.
I'm creating a worksheet where it will allow yourself, like it will give you space to write your big goals for the year. And then we will teach you how to break it down into smaller tasks. And then you could put it in your calendar. So it's not just have your to-do list in your calendar. You can have personal goals in there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So like for our business goals, we spent an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours going through our goals, it was so fun. And it was, bouncing off each other. But we literally put like dates. And then, so like, for instance, we plan on writing a book. So we wrote outline due 11/27 of this year, cover due.
Right.
And so those are in our shared Google Calendar. So we are able, and then when we meet on a weekly basis, and this is talking about business, but this could go along with, if you've got a partner and you have personal goals, like you can share that. And then another thing that's important to do, and I'm planning on doing this today, is we also have financial goals. So, if we know how much we're going to be charging for a course and when that course is going to be and how many people we would like to join the course, I'm going to make a spreadsheet for each of these tasks on here so that we can actually like see in front of us the numbers. So it's like feeling that feeling of abundance and knowing
one of the most
that it's on its way.
Right.
To
get done.
We're so excited. But like, and then the thing is like, even though it's going to be on a spreadsheet and it's going to be in that category, so like, let's say book and course, it's not necessarily that we have to make that number in that category. Like, it's probably just going to kind of even itself out. I mean, maybe it's going to, like, knowing the way that we are, it's going to be like exact numbers or something, but it's the whole idea is to focus on that abundance mindset. And if you get really specific, like this is the most specific and detailed goals I've ever done.
Right.
And I'm like, both Michaela and I are so energized by it.
Yeah.
And like, I can just feel it. I'm like, I've got no questions in my mind about how we're going to do it and how successful it is.
I'm so excited. So even, and in a way, I feel like we've been doing that all along, except we haven't done it for a whole year. So we've done it when we've done it for 6 months. We did a calendar for 6 months for our business, which now I wake up in the mornings and I know exactly what needs to be done. And I'm not just like, okay, I got to do the dishes, laundry, somehow I get all those things done and I get this done and I have energy. So, it's actually like doing things and getting things that, you are aligned with. I wake up and then sometimes we end up doing more than we even planned, or we'll change and something else better will come along. Mm-hmm. So it's been just such a wonderful process that I can't wait to manifest all of these things next year.
Yeah.
And all you'll have to do is just show up because you've written it down, and it's such a power to write it down and to get clear. And you'll know by your intuition, like, okay, that goal is a little bit too high for next year, maybe in 2 years.
Right. Yeah, you can adjust. Right. Exactly.
So
and like the beauty of it is if you use this worksheet that we're creating and you do it now, you'll have it all set. Like, so you can just go and be present during the holidays and just enjoy it. And then like once the year starts, you have this plan in place and there's not scrambling. So it's creating that feeling of ease and just knowing what your tasks are and, maybe enjoying it versus.
So on Thursday, we will be sharing the worksheet. So make sure you get it. And then, we'll talk a little bit more about it and how we use ours. But Yeah, so this was fun.
Yeah. So as you can tell, we're super excited about goals right now, and we just want to, you know, our mission is to help our community to enjoy life and to manifest all that they want, and to just spread happiness and love everywhere, by taking care of ourselves. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. So anyway, we're really excited to share it with you. We'll be back on Thursday to share with you that download and to give you a little bit more detail.
Yes, see you then.
Bye.